Well, it looks like Casper is the new custodian of this fine steel instrument. I wonder what's to come next from Apocalypto. These fine Mule Resonators cannot be beat. No, sir. And that, folks, is how the story goes.
Resonators. I love them. I've been infatuated with them for a long time, and I got my first one when I was 15. And today, I'm very happy to share with you a very new one to me. I got it in March. It is now June. This is a Mule. It's also a Tricone. And I got a video explaining what that all means and what the differences are and what's best and what's not. But at the time, I never had a Tricone. I only had the single cone and the spider cone, spider bridge, whatever you want to call it. So, Mule Resonators from Saginaw, Michigan. They are completely handmade. Not many machines are used in the process of making these. They are handmade from start to finish, and unlike my other guitar, my National, this one has a pickup in it. There's a lot to talk about here, really. So I'm just going to get into it. The main difference, though, between the National and the Mule, the neck-through design. On the Mule, the neck is screwed to the tailpiece, leaving this entire backplate to vibrate, and therefore giving it a bit more resonance, which is what you want from a Resonator. The neck on it has this beautiful die on it. I don't know what it is or how they do it, but it's got lovely stripes down the back of it, and I love the way the tuners are matched with the body. It all looks fantastic, but how does it sound? So this part of the video is going to be the acoustic playthrough. We're in open G here, and I'm just going to do some Robert Johnson stuff, I think. Already just in this room, I can just feel the sheer power of everything reflecting. This room is not acoustically treated, but that's okay. I think it definitely works in favor of this guitar. And even as I speak, if I go, ah, you can hear it resonating, as it should. And what I said earlier, I'll just do a quick. It just goes on forever. Now, this can be plugged in, and I'm going to do that now. We're gonna mic up this Fender Deluxe amp, Hot Rod Deluxe, and we're gonna put some pedals for it as well. We're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna play through David and the Devil's Gator Challenge, just as a backing track. Might I add, he's a big Mule player. He was one of the first Mule players as well, and thought, why not use one of his tracks to do that one? So, let's get into it. Right, so, it's time to get a bit wild now, I think. We are plugged in and amplified, and I think this is the main appeal, for the most part, is this lovely mini bucket here. I know some brands you can say, oh, it's like a mixture of a Gibson and a Fender or whatever, but this one is totally unique. So let's hear our clean tone. first got this I thought, great. But one thing I didn't think about is the volume knob. There's no volume knob. So I've got a trusty little volume pedal here which does the trick just fine. You can get some nice little swells as well. It's something I didn't expect I would like so much. I thought it was going to be a hassle having to have it off board all the time, but it's something I like using even with my normal guitars. Let's get a bit of drive. I've got a tube screamer here. Using feedback is just fantastic on here. You can get some really atmospheric stuff. I don't have too many trippy dippy pedals, but let's say I got some delay and tremolo. You can go right down to the delta if you want. And then we can go a bit more wild. I'm going to turn off the tremolo and use some Univibe, because why not? Get some wah going as well. But the most useful thing is the volume pedal. It'd be pretty difficult without a volume knob, but I didn't want this having any surgery or having any drills put in. I wanted it how it is. Mule are trying to make the old school cool, I guess, or not that National isn't cool, but they are definitely catering to the modern market as opposed to National, who are trying to make good replicas, and probably the best replicas of the original National guitars. It gets a bit confusing, but I can recommend a video. We're going to have a quick word from our sponsor, and then we're going to get into a proper jam, Electrified.
Afters is your one stop for independent British snacks. Let's make night-ins great again with a wide variety and selection of snacks, be it savory, sweet, or even cheesy. Use code KBRBlues for a cheeky discount. See the links in the description. Back to the topic of discussion.
After work, I get home late around